Hi, you're listening to Phil DeBella, and this is FlashCast by PDB. And today, I've got the wonderful Brianna from Eden Health Retreat. And we're sitting out here on the deck looking at this amazing view. And I thought I want to bring to the listeners a piece of what I got to experience. And this amazing woman has made this experience unbelievable here at Eden Health Retreat. And she's smiling, but it's true. The place is only as good as the people. And the listeners often hear me talk about that it's people that make moments and not things. So whilst Eden's a beautiful grounds, beautiful accommodation, beautiful food, it's people like yourself that obviously make this place, and it gives me great honour to have you on the show, Brianna, so welcome.
Thank you, Phil. An absolute honour to be here with you today to share this moment now and just all the just the smiles, the laughs and the journey.
Fantastic. Well, let's get into it because I want to take a bit of piece. I want people to get a piece of this at home and understand why they need to take time out, pause and all the rest of it for themselves. And who better? You're the expert in this field. But let's start off with, what's your role at Eden?
So, Phil, I work as the guest coordinator here, otherwise titled the Joy role. That is the official role as designated from the owner and general manager, but overall guest coordinator. So I'm with the guests from when they arrive to when they leave.
Fantastic, and you do a wonderful job in supporting people. Tell me, what makes Eden so special?
Oh, special is a pretty big word. I think you mentioned it at the start of the podcast here, but definitely like the location. It's spectacular. Bundjalung country, we're surrounded by some of the most spectacular, I guess, natural environment. But I think you mentioned it. It's definitely the staff. It's the people that come in here. And I think it's the culture that we've created here. We really do want to leave people feeling valued and cared about. So care is the big part that makes Eden special. Yeah,
and watching their faces, obviously, when they come in, and you've said it before, some come in nervous, some come in, excited, but they all leave with contentment and a joy on their face, right?
Yeah, I think they leave having a better understanding of who they are and being able to perhaps understand that they can't necessarily control what's going to happen out there, but they can connect more to who they are so they can be more prepared for that.
And you guys are experts in that, giving them obviously the tools to be able to cope with things during the week that they can take out of this place and put into their own. And it doesn't matter whether they stay at home, mums or dads, or whether they've got their own business, or whether, obviously they work for someone. This week, like any other time I've been here, you meet amazing people from all walks of life, all on a different journey, but yet everyone's got that same goal, and that is to be better today than what they were yesterday and better tomorrow than today. And that obviously puts a big smile on your face.
Yeah, it's one of the richest part, I guess, of my role. It's hard to say that I'm working sometimes because I guess I've been able to find a role that what I do is my job, and my job becomes my love, and my love is my job. And so I guess I'm really fortunate to be able to work somewhere that achieves that, but also supports other people, and ultimately it allows me to be a better version of myself. Yeah.
Tell me then, on that, favourite moment or achievement at Eden that you've seen. What's one of the biggest changes you've seen in somebody, without mentioning names, of course, or a favourite moment or achievement that you've just gone, hey, this really makes Eden so special? And I'm sure there's plenty, but what's one that stands out for you?
So many. I feel like whether it's the male or the female guests, I just love the way that they leave having been able to maybe express more, to feel more, and it's just like they ignite something inside of them that's been there, but they've forgotten to ignite it. Or haven't had that reflection. So whether it be the father that sends a message immediately to his, son or daughter and just shares how much he loves them or what they've learnt about themselves, or it's the mum who gives herself permission just to put herself and honour herself, is just unbelievable.
Yeah, it's fantastic. We're very well said. So tell me, on that, great segue, why should people make me time? Why should people come here to Eden and really, truly be selfish and indulge and have me time? I mean, I know why it's so important, especially being somebody who put on a whole heap of weight and went through anxiety and all sorts of stuff because business was going great. And when business was great, family was having issues. And I've used Eden for many different things and different reasons. And, and this week's all about detoxing, recharging, getting ready for the big finish to the year. Why should people give themselves that permission and make me time from your perspective?
Love that question. And just to even share a little bit more of what you just shared with me, a couple of key words you mentioned was selfish, or that concept of having to do it and escape. And it's interesting because where have we allowed ourselves to think that putting ourselves first or investing in ourselves then becomes selfish rather than just a way of life? And so I guess to answer that question, it would be, what if, taking that self-care or that time for you wasn't actually selfish, but it's an investment that by you investing in you, you can actually invest more in others, in your family, your workplace, your relationships, and just everything. So I would say investing in that me time or that dedicated or that priority to go away to something like a health retreat, or if you can't even do that, like even dedicating 5 minutes in your everyday world that nourishes you from the inside and out, that becomes a fuel that's going to sustain you.
Yeah, and then we often say if it's meant to be, it's up to me, right? And without a healthy me, and I've been through that with my weight loss journey of 70 kilos down, if it's only me that can do the work, and as I say, you've got to get in the river, and I got that from Dr. Joe Dispenza, you can't swim, you can't get to the other side if you don't jump in the river. So, listeners, you've got to make me time, and like Brianna said, even if it's 5 minutes a day, start with 5 minutes a day to nourish yourself from the inside out. Nourish isn't just food, of course, nourish is way beyond that. So therefore, tell me, what does a healthy person look like?
There are so many images about health, what it needs to look like or what the media portrays. And I'd challenge that question of, is health just something that looks like something, or is it about a feeling? Is it about a quality rather than just something that's portrayed? I personally, in my journey, I have some incredible role models, but they look and they reflect like a vivaciousness, they reflect that, but it's about a quality that I feel around them, that they actually live what they speak. They walk the talk. It's not just knowledge, but it's actually wisdom. And so I guess for me, a healthy person lives it. They express it in their every way. It's a livingness.
Yeah, it's a way of being. It's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle.
It's not that fad diet. It's not that, extra half an hour in the gym.
No, or going to just getting your nails done or just getting a massage here and there. That's all parts that can play a bit in the puzzle of the whole picture. But at the end of the day, from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed, that is an opportunity for you to really invest and have a quality of a day rather than the quantity of doing things.
Yeah, perfect. Well said. So last question for you. 3 quick steps, or it could be 2 or 3, whatever's up to you. 3 quick steps that somebody can be healthier tomorrow than what they are today. So we said, you can't get to Eden yet, and you put that on the map and say, I'm going to Eden. That's my vision. What can they do after listening to this? What are 3 things they can do? Tying it back to that lifestyle, all of me, that a healthy person lives it, talks it, walks it. What are 3 things that people can do starting straight away?
I would say immediately is just connection to yourself, finding that thing that nourishes you inside and out, connection to someone else, like taking those moments to be present, to, even just notice something about someone you care about and just be present with them or appreciate something, and definitely connecting to the natural environment in some way, whether that's looking at the sky, feeling your feet on the grass, whether it's getting a dose of sunshine. It's really, the more you can have connection, self, others, and the natural environment, that is an amazing first step. And I guess the one thing that I would leave with is just take a conscious breath. So feel your fingers, wiggle your toes, and breathe through your nose. So fingers, nose, and toes. And that gets me through a lot of, I guess, the everyday stuff.
Yeah, and that's a great start. Feel connected to something and someone, which leads on to purpose. And remember, if you're not breathing, you can't survive. And breath is what gets through most of the stuff. It generates new cells. It obviously helps with anxiety, all the rest of it. So, Brianna, You've been amazing. We could talk for hours, but in the spirit of keeping it in 10 minutes, thanks for being on the show. And I look forward to bringing you back many times if you would indulge us.
I would absolutely love to. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You have it there. Thank you, Brianna. Thank you for listening. And until next time, be the best version of yourself. Life is measured in moments. You've been listening to Phil DeBella and Brianna. This is FlashCast by PDB.